What if I told you that taking a gift with the wrong energy could shatter your prosperity, devastate your connections with loved ones, and usher misfortune directly into your life? Yes, even the most seemingly harmless offering can conceal hidden dangers you've never even considered. In Buddhist wisdom traditions, it's believed certain gifts carry negative vibrations that can disrupt your happiness and well-being. Today, we will reveal 8 gifts you should absolutely avoid accepting from anyone, and the surprising spiritual reasons why they draw negativity to you. Stay tuned, because the final gift on this list is the most treacherous, and it's highly likely you've already welcomed it without realizing the potential cost. Let's delve into this profound wisdom together. But before we embark on this enlightening journey, if you are new to our community, please give this video a thumbs up, become a subscriber to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Number 8 on our list, objects with sharp edges, such as knives or scissors. Presenting sharp objects like knives, scissors, or blades might often seem like a practical and thoughtful gesture, yet these items possess a symbolic weight that can lead to unintended negative outcomes. In numerous cultures and spiritual paths, including the rich tapestry of Buddhist philosophy, sharp objects are understood to represent separation and disharmony. When you accept such a present, it is said to symbolically sever the bond between you and the person giving it. This energetic disruption can manifest in various forms, from minor disagreements to significant rifts in your relationship. While the intention behind the gift may be genuinely kind, the very act of giving something so inherently sharp can unintentionally introduce friction into your relationships, fracturing the harmony you previously shared with the giver. From a Buddhist perspective, relationships are seen as part of the interconnected web of existence. Every connection carries an energy flow, and sharp objects interrupt this flow. They embody a cutting force, not only physically, but also on an energetic level, and this can create ripples of disharmony throughout your life. Even if you are not deeply invested in spiritual symbolism, you might have observed conflicts arising shortly after receiving such a gift. While it may appear to be mere coincidence, energy imbalances like these are often subtle and easily overlooked. Many ancient traditions suggest a way to neutralize the energy of sharp gifts, by offering the giver a small coin in return. This simple exchange transforms the act into a symbolic purchase, thereby sidestepping the negative implications associated with the gift. But sharp objects don't just symbolize troubles in relationships, they can also cut into other vital areas of your life, such as your financial stability or spiritual equilibrium. Sharp energy, as represented by these gifts, can create an unseen barrier in your life, making it challenging to maintain stability and inner balance. For instance, you might experience unexpected financial drains, conflicts in your workplace, or even a general feeling of unease within your home. It's not that the object itself is inherently malevolent, but the energy it embodies can be disruptive if left unaddressed. This is precisely why it's crucial to cultivate mindfulness regarding the items you invite into your life and their potential impact on your mental and spiritual harmony. So, if sharp objects can symbolize discord, what about gifts that represent emptiness? As we transition to number 7, empty wallets or purses, you'll discover why even the kindest gesture can inadvertently introduce the energy of lack into your life, hindering your journey towards prosperity and success. 7. Empty wallets or purses. A wallet or purse is often perceived as a thoughtful gift, symbolizing wishes for good fortune and financial abundance. However, when presented empty, it takes on a completely different and less auspicious meaning. In many traditions, particularly those influenced by Buddhist principles, an empty wallet or purse signifies deficiency, scarcity, and financial hardship. This symbolism is deeply rooted in the concept that energy flows in the direction of intention. By giving or receiving an empty wallet, the energetic intention of abundance is absent, creating a void that can manifest as stagnation or difficulty in the recipient's financial affairs. The act of gifting an empty wallet might seem innocuous, but it subtly programs the subconscious mind to associate finances with a sense of emptiness. A wallet is not merely an accessory, it serves as a vessel for wealth. When it's presented devoid of contents, it sets an energetic tone for a future characterized by lack. This very belief is why many people thoughtfully place a small token, such as a coin or a banknote, inside a wallet before gifting it. This thoughtful practice ensures that the energy of prosperity is present from the outset, allowing the recipient to associate the gift with abundance rather than scarcity. Such seemingly simple yet profoundly meaningful gestures are integral to the broader spiritual principle of cultivating balance and harmony in all facets of life. The adverse effects of receiving an empty wallet are often not immediately apparent, but they can gradually unfold over time. You might find yourself struggling to attract new opportunities for financial growth or feeling as though your progress is somehow blocked. While it's easy to dismiss these occurrences as unrelated coincidences, spiritual teachings emphasize that the objects we surround ourselves with and their inherent symbolism can have profound effects on our lives. An empty wallet, though seemingly insignificant, can carry the energy of limitation, which in turn subtly influences your mindset and your subsequent decisions. To counteract this potentially negative influence, it's essential to either politely decline such gifts or, if you do receive one, immediately fill it with some form of currency upon receiving it, thereby resetting its energetic intention towards abundance. As we have seen, even well-intentioned gifts can carry unintended energetic vibrations that disrupt the natural flow of abundance. But what transpires when a gift carries not just general energy, but someone else's specific personal energy, their history, or their past struggles? Now I'm going to tell you the most important thing. In the next segment, we will explore number 6, used clothing, and delve into how accepting such items might inadvertently burden you with the unseen weight of their past experiences. 6. Used clothing. While offering clothing as a gift can be a thoughtful expression of care, receiving used or second-hand clothing is viewed with caution in many cultures, especially within the framework of Buddhist teachings. Clothing is not only a practical necessity but also an extension of one's personal identity and energetic field. When you receive used clothing, it is believed to carry the residual energy, emotions, and experiences of the previous owner. Whether it's a hand-me-down from a family member or an item discovered in a second-hand store, the energy embedded within the fabric can unconsciously transfer to the new wearer, subtly influencing their personal energy and spiritual equilibrium. This is particularly relevant if the previous owner experienced periods of emotional turmoil or financial hardship, as these energies could linger within the clothing, creating an invisible burden for the new wearer. From a Buddhist perspective, it is paramount to maintain clarity and purity in both body and mind. Used clothing, being a reflection of someone else's past, could potentially interfere with this purity by carrying unresolved emotions or negative energetic imprints. Even if the previous owner has long since moved beyond their struggles, the item itself may still retain traces of these energies. This is why numerous spiritual traditions caution against accepting used clothing, as it has the potential to disrupt one's personal energetic field. Moreover, clothing transcends its practical function. It holds symbolic value, representing your relationship with yourself and your interaction with the world around you. Wearing someone else's clothing can, therefore, blur the boundaries between your own personal identity and the energetic signature of the previous owner, potentially creating a sense of inner imbalance or confusion. Another aspect to consider is the deep emotional connection that can become intertwined with clothing. If the clothing was once worn by someone who has passed away, endured a personal tragedy, or navigated a period of significant hardship, this emotional energy can become deeply attached to the fabric. Accepting such clothing could inadvertently invite similar experiences or emotional patterns into your own life, whether on a conscious or subconscious level. The subconscious mind is remarkably receptive to subtle energies and symbolism, and something as seemingly ordinary as a sweater or a pair of shoes can unknowingly draw these energies into your personal space. In Buddhist teachings, it is emphasized as essential to be mindful of what we allow into our environment, as everything that surrounds us exerts an influence on our mental and emotional well-being. However, it's important to note that not all used clothing is inherently negative, and it's crucial to consider the specific context. In certain situations, second-hand clothing can carry positive energy, particularly if it was given with genuine love or if it has been energetically cleansed or blessed. But the general principle is to exercise caution with used items, especially when they originate from someone you do not know well, or when you experience an inexplicable sense of unease in relation to the item. By thoughtfully declining such gifts when appropriate, you are proactively protecting yourself from inadvertently carrying the emotional and spiritual baggage of others. This principle of energetic sensitivity extends to other items that carry personal histories as well. So, what about gifts that carry an even deeper spiritual resonance, imbued with the weight of someone's intentions or past actions? The important thing is ahead. Let's move on to number 5, religious or spiritual artifacts, and gain an understanding of why accepting them might have a significant impact on your own unique spiritual path. 5. Religious or spiritual artifacts. Receiving religious or spiritual artifacts as gifts can initially appear to be a deeply meaningful and considerate gesture, particularly if the giver is well-intentioned and shares aspects of your belief system. However, such items can carry a substantial amount of spiritual energy and symbolism, which may not always harmonize with your personal beliefs or your current spiritual state. Many religions, including Buddhism, place great emphasis on the significance of sacred objects, and these artifacts are often regarded as vessels holding potent, concentrated energy. When you accept a religious or spiritual item without fully grasping or respecting its intended purpose, you run the risk of inviting confusion, energetic imbalance, or unwanted energetic influences into your life. From a Buddhist perspective, sacred objects are skillfully crafted tools intended to guide and support spiritual development. Examples include statues of deities, prayer beads, or specific symbolic representations. They embody profound meanings and are typically utilized with deep reverence, focused intention, and a thorough understanding of their significance. When someone gifts you such an artifact, the item inherently carries their own unique spiritual energy, personal intentions, and individual belief system. If these energetic imprints do not align with your own spiritual path, it can potentially create inner conflict or disrupt the flow of your own spiritual journey. For example, if you receive a Buddhist statue from someone who practices a different religious tradition, the energy it carries might clash with your own spiritual vibrations, leading to a sense of confusion and hindering your connection to your own faith. Furthermore, it's important to recognize that certain spiritual artifacts can be deeply personal and intimately connected to an individual's practice. A set of prayer beads, for instance, holds the accumulated personal prayers, heartfelt intentions, and spiritual growth of its previous owner. Accepting such an item without the necessary understanding of its inherent power and sacredness can potentially lead to spiritual imbalance. It's crucial to approach these types of gifts with the utmost respect and reverence, recognizing that they are more than mere objects, they are vessels of concentrated energy. In some instances, receiving these items without the appropriate energetic connection or understanding can inadvertently cultivate a sense of spiritual disorientation or unease. This is why it is often advised to politely decline such gifts, or to ensure that you are deeply aligned with the energy and intentions they carry before welcoming them into your life. The crucial takeaway here is that accepting religious or spiritual artifacts is not simply about receiving a physical gift, it's about honoring the energy and the rich traditions they represent. If you find yourself uncertain about the item or its deeper significance, it's essential to take some time for introspection and careful consideration to evaluate whether it truly resonates with your current spiritual path and whether it might introduce any unwanted energetic disturbances into your life. Gifts of this nature can exert a lasting influence on your spiritual journey, either profoundly enriching your practice or potentially causing subtle energetic disruptions. So, if religious artifacts have the potential to disrupt your spiritual path, could other seemingly mundane or personal gifts carry a similar energetic weight? Let's now turn our attention to number 4, old mirrors, and explore why these reflective objects can carry a surprisingly heavy spiritual burden. 4. Old mirrors. Mirrors have long been regarded as potent tools in diverse spiritual and cultural practices, frequently symbolizing reflection, truth, and the journey of self-awareness. However, receiving an old or second-hand mirror as a gift is viewed with caution within many spiritual traditions, including the insightful teachings of Buddhism. Mirrors possess the unique ability to reflect not only our physical appearance but also our subtle energies, thoughts, and emotional states. When you accept an old mirror, it is believed to carry within it the residual energy of those who have gazed into it before. The reflected imprints of their experiences, innermost thoughts, and even transient emotional states could be unintentionally transferred to you. These unseen energetic residues can subtly attach themselves to the mirror, transforming it into more than just a simple reflective surface. Its accumulated energy can subtly shape your own perceptions, influencing your mood and overall well-being in ways you may not consciously realize. Buddhism underscores the principle that everything in our environment is interconnected, and this interconnectedness extends to the objects we choose to keep around us. Mirrors, in particular, are recognized as powerful tools that hold the potential to influence not only our self-image but also our spiritual trajectory. A mirror thoughtfully placed within the home is often used to reflect light, promote mental clarity, and cultivate a sense of energetic balance. However, an old mirror, one imbued with a history and a past, can introduce energies that may not harmonize with your current state of mind or your aspirations for spiritual growth. Just as mirrors faithfully reflect the external world, they can also act as reflectors of the internal landscape, subtly magnifying your thoughts and emotions. An old mirror may unknowingly amplify negativity or unresolved issues from the past, making it more challenging to maintain inner clarity and a sense of peace. The influence of an old mirror is often subtle yet profoundly impactful. In certain cases, it can reflect past traumas or the accumulated emotional baggage of those who previously owned it. If the mirror was once situated in a space where frequent arguments, deep sadness, or persistent confusion were prevalent, it could be carrying the lingering energetic residue of those emotional experiences. Accepting such an item as a gift means you are unknowingly inviting that accumulated energy into your personal space. This can subtly disrupt your sense of energetic balance and mental clarity, potentially hindering your ability to see your true self with clear and unobstructed vision. That is why it's often advised to exercise caution with secondhand mirrors, or if you must accept one, to energetically cleanse it before bringing it into your home. Cleansing rituals, such as the use of sacred sage smoke or saltwater, can be effective in resetting the energetic field of the mirror, gently removing any lingering negativity and allowing you to utilize it for your own personal reflection and spiritual growth. Furthermore, mirrors are often considered sacred objects in many traditions because they are perceived as offering a glimpse into the true nature of reality. In Buddhism, the mirror serves as a powerful symbol of wisdom and the capacity to see beyond illusions. When an old mirror is gifted, it may be inadvertently attached to certain illusions or outdated understandings that no longer serve your evolving spiritual path. This is why receiving an old mirror can be viewed as potentially detrimental to your personal and spiritual journey. The energy embedded within the mirror could subtly cloud your perception, making it more difficult to maintain the clarity and focused intention needed to move forward on your path. As we transition from mirrors that reflect the past, let's now explore number 3, clocks and watches, and contemplate how these time-keeping devices can subtly influence your perception of time itself and your life's vital energy. 3. Clocks and watches. Clocks and watches are deeply symbolic of time and the pervasive way it governs our lives. They serve as constant reminders of the relentless passage of time, the inherent limits we face, and the fleeting opportunities we must seize. When gifted to someone, however, these time-keeping devices can carry a heavier symbolic burden than simply their function of measuring temporal units. In many cultures, including within the framework of Buddhist teachings, clocks and watches are viewed with a degree of caution and mindful awareness. This is because time is recognized as a finite resource, and the very energy of time, when given as a gift, can subtly influence the trajectory of your life. It can carry with it the weight of urgency, the subtle pressure of stress, or even the underlying fear of running out of time. If someone gifts you a clock or watch, especially an older timepiece, the gift may represent more than just the measurement of time. It could symbolize an attachment to past moments, lingering regrets, or the unconscious pressure to rush through life. The energy of a clock or watch is profoundly linked to your personal relationship with time itself. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of cultivating presence in each moment and developing mindfulness. However, receiving a clock or watch can inadvertently serve as a constant reminder of deadlines, rigid schedules, and the pervasive feeling of constantly needing to catch up. This can subtly interfere with your capacity to remain grounded in the present moment, potentially generating an underlying sense of anxiety. Older clocks, in particular, can carry the energetic imprint of a previous owner's relationship with time, whether it was characterized by chronic stress, a constant sense of hurry, or a deep-seated lack of contentment. These energetic patterns can become subtly embedded within the item, influencing your own perception of time and potentially leading to feelings of urgency, impatience, or a sense of being overwhelmed by temporal demands. Moreover, the act of gifting someone a clock can symbolically signify a desire to influence their future. Clocks are tangible reminders that time waits for no one, and in this sense, gifting one can carry the unspoken message of time running out or not having enough of it. This can unknowingly cause the recipient to become excessively fixated on time, whether it's a persistent awareness of how little time they perceive they have or the pressure to achieve certain goals within a predetermined time frame. From a spiritual perspective, this disruption of the natural flow of time is seen as a potential distraction from the present moment, which is considered the very locus of true peace and inner clarity. Accepting such a gift may subtly pull you away from cultivating mindfulness, making it more challenging to fully appreciate the inherent beauty of the present and instead focusing your mental energy on what has already passed or what is yet to come. If you've ever received a clock or watch and experienced a subtle sense of unease or underlying pressure, it may be related to the spiritual energy it carries. It's important to recognize that time itself is often understood as an illusion within many spiritual teachings, including Buddhism, and that the gift of time-related objects can potentially cloud your perception of life's deeper purpose. To counteract this potential energetic influence, it's important to maintain a mindful approach to the presence of clocks or watches in your life and consciously avoid allowing them to become symbols of limitation or stress. But what happens when the gift itself is something even more seemingly ordinary, such as number 2, broken items? How can accepting something that is already in a state of disrepair subtly affect your personal energy and overall well-being? Let's proceed to explore this next. 2. Broken items. One of the most universally recognized items to avoid accepting as a gift is anything that is visibly broken or damaged. In Buddhism and numerous other spiritual traditions, broken objects are considered to carry negative energy, often symbolically representing states of brokenness or unresolved issues. Whether it's a vase with a hairline crack, a lamp with a dysfunctional switch, or even a plate with a noticeable chip, these items are believed to symbolize a subtle disturbance in the natural flow of energy. Accepting broken items as gifts can unknowingly invite negative energetic patterns into your life. When an item is broken, it is perceived as incomplete, and this energetic incompleteness might subtly transfer into your own life experience, potentially leaving you with a subtle sense of dissatisfaction or a lack of wholeness. Broken items are symbolic representations of something that is no longer functioning as it was originally intended, whether that is a physical object or perhaps an aspect of one's own life. In the same way, accepting such an item might subtly indicate that something in your own life is out of alignment or in need of repair and attention. From a spiritual perspective, the very act of accepting broken things can unconsciously transmit a message to the universe that you are accepting imperfection, dysfunction, and negativity as normative. Over time, this subtle energetic alignment can subtly manifest in your own life, where you might experience unexpected breakdowns or frustrating delays, as if you are somehow unable to move forward smoothly, mirroring the broken item's inability to fulfill its intended purpose. Another compelling reason why accepting broken items can be energetically detrimental is that it can subtly foster a mindset of scarcity and lack. When we readily accept broken things into our environment, we may subconsciously attract more brokenness into our lives. The underlying principle is that accepting damaged or incomplete gifts can subtly reflect our own internal acceptance of imperfection or limitation. From the perspective of the law of attraction, broken items can symbolically reflect a subtle energetic state of attracting more negativity and ongoing challenges. It's vitally important to cultivate an environment where everything serves a positive purpose and holds uplifting energy, rather than surrounding ourselves with items that constantly remind us of what is not whole, functional, or properly working. So, if broken items are not a wise choice for gifts, what about the most ubiquitous item we often hold dear but perhaps unknowingly should exercise caution in receiving as a gift? Watch to the end and you'll find out the most important thing. Let's now examine number 1, cash or money, and explore why accepting it as a gift might carry unexpected energetic risks. 1. Cash or money. Cash or money is undeniably one of the most frequently given gifts, particularly during festive occasions, holidays, or celebrations. While it may seem to be a practical and undeniably generous gesture, receiving money as a gift carries with it a more significant spiritual weight than many people realize. In Buddhist teachings, money is not viewed solely as a physical medium of exchange, but also as a potent symbol of the energetic patterns you attract into your life. Accepting money directly from others can, in certain circumstances, subtly create an imbalance in the energetic exchange between the giver and the receiver. When you receive money as a gift, especially from someone who may be experiencing financial difficulties or harboring less than positive intentions, it can carry their energetic signature along with it, potentially leading to an unintentional exchange of their challenges and financial blockages. Buddhism emphasizes that true wealth transcends mere material possessions. It is fundamentally about cultivating an abundant mindset and nurturing a balanced approach to life. When money is given as a gift, it can inadvertently disrupt this delicate energetic balance. The giver may unconsciously transmit their own fears, underlying stresses, or anxieties related to money, and these energetic vibrations can be subtly transferred into the cash you receive. This subtle energetic transfer can potentially result in subtle feelings of insecurity or a sense of lack subtly creeping into your own life experience. If the giver has an unhealthy or conflicted relationship with money, whether it manifests as an obsessive preoccupation with wealth accumulation or chronic stress over financial struggles, those imbalanced energies can subtly enter your energetic field and disrupt your inner peace. This is precisely why many spiritual practices actually discourage the direct acceptance of money as a gift, as it can carry the subtle energetic vibrations of the giver's overall financial state, whether those vibrations are predominantly positive or negatively charged. From a spiritual perspective, money is understood to be a direct reflection of your own deeply held values, authentic intentions, and overall energetic output. Accepting money without cultivating mindfulness regarding the energetic patterns potentially attached to it can subtly create unwanted energetic attachments or subtle dependencies. Money, when given with pure and uplifting intentions, can indeed be a beautiful gift that genuinely supports prosperity and overall well-being. However, when it's given primarily out of a sense of obligation, underlying guilt, or unspoken expectation, it can subtly have a draining effect on the energetic exchange. For this compelling reason, it's vitally important to approach gifts of money with discernment and mindful awareness. If the underlying intentions driving the gift are not genuinely clear or fully aligned with your own core values, it is often energetically wiser to politely decline such gifts in order to proactively maintain your own energetic harmony. So, what then is the most skillful way to both receive and give gifts that carry genuinely positive energy and actively attract abundance and well-being into our lives? Perhaps this is the opportune moment to thoughtfully rethink how we approach all forms of gifts, ranging from tangible material items to the more subtle realm of emotional and energetic exchanges. To effectively protect your own precious energy and actively cultivate inner balance, it is essential to remain consistently mindful of the gifts you choose to accept into your life. Items that are broken, excessively old, or directly related to money can potentially carry unwanted energetic patterns that may subtly disrupt your overall spiritual well-being. Choose to surround yourself with gifts that genuinely align with your deepest values and intentionally introduce positivity and uplifting energy into your life. If this exploration of wisdom has been helpful to you, please remember to give it a like, subscribe to our channel for more insights, and share your reflections in the comments section below. May you continue to cultivate mindfulness and consciously attract only the most harmonious and beneficial energy into your life's journey.